RIZIN 18 is beginning to take shape in a big way following a press conference Monday, live from Japan. Excellent kickboxing matchups, highly anticipated debuts, and a Kyoji Horiguchi 28-2 dream match of sorts have all been announced to take place at the event, which is in 5 weeks' time. Advertisement Kyoji Horiguchi vs. Asakura in the main event of the evening. Promotion champ Kyoji Horiguchi will look to win his 14th straight against a red-hot Asakura, 14-1. Fresh off his Bellator Bantamweight Championship-earning win in a rematch against Darrion Caldwell, the phenomenal Kyoji Horiguchi returns to Japan and hopes to strengthen his resume even more. Since joining the RIZIN ranks in 2017 while riding a winning streak in the UFC, the 28-year-old has been nothing short of spectacular. Following a successful debut against local champion Yuki Motoya, Kyoji Horiguchi joined the 16-man RIZIN Bantamweight Grand Prix field and absolutely dominated his way to the championship. Horiguchi defeated Hideo Takora early before going on to defeat Gabriel Oliveira, Manel Kape, and Shintaro Ishiwatari, all by way of finish. Those final 3 bouts all took place in a single weekend and saw Horiguchi win it all by stopping former foe Ishiwatari in the finals. Since then, the Japanese striker, somewhat predictably, lost a very exciting kickboxing exhibition matchup to kickboxing wunderkind Tenshin Nasukawa. This was followed up beautifully, though, as Horiguchi would go on to become the inaugural RIZIN Bantamweight champion by submitting Bellator title holder Darrion Caldwell at RIZIN 14. Advertisement in the past couple of months, fans have seen Kyoji Horiguchi Malben win in the RIZIN ring, and, of course, head overseas to New York City to rematch Caldwell and win the Bellator title in the Bellator cage. Asakura is a veteran of the Outsider and Road FC who has gone on to make quite the name for himself in RIZIN Fighting Federation. The Japanese slugger is a perfect 4-0 since joining the RIZIN ranks, a run that includes an absolute domination of Kazama Saiga in his promotional debut. In his second fight in the promotion, Asakura defeated Manel Kape 13-4, in a very controversial split decision call. Thankfully for him, people would forget about that relatively quickly, as Asakura would go on to dominate top Muay Tiger Muay Thai at RIZIN 13. Most recently at RIZIN Jaranoka, Asakura defeated Jaehoon Moon in a brawl for the ages, avenging the sole loss of his mixed martial arts career. Advertisement. It is worth noting that this seems to be yet another non-title bout for Horiguchi at RIZIN 18. Kana Asakura vs. Alicia Zapatella. At just 21 years old, the future looks incredibly bright for Chiba, Japan's Kana Asakura, 14-4, despite a recent skid of sorts. A veteran of deep in RIZIN, Asakura put her name on the map in 2017 when she submitted Maria Oliveira and Rina Kubota in one night to be crowned the RIZIN Atomweight Grand Prix champion. Making the victory even sweeter, Kana Asakura was the tournament dark horse, whilst Rina Kubota was the favorite to win it all, and the finals saw Asakura put Kubota to sleep in the opening round. Advertisement. Since that tournament win, however, it hasn't been all smooth sailing for Asakura. Immediately following the Grand Prix, Asakura easily defeated Melissa Karagianis of Canada before beating Rina Kubota in a rematch. This time, Asakura dominated Kubota for 3 rounds, leaving no doubt in anyone's mind who the better fighter was. Since this win, Asakura has gone 1-2, losing 2 straight in RIZIN. Following an impressive run that saw her pick up 2 wins against Kubota, the promotion put Kana Asakura in RIZIN's inaugural atomweight title fight opposite former Invicta FC champ Ayaka Hamasaki. It wasn't pretty, as Hamasaki manhandled Asakura on the mat before submitting her in round 2. This being her first defeat in 2 years, Asakura returned to deep and dominated champ Tomo Misawa in non-title action at Deep Jewels 23. Most recently, at RIZIN 16, Kana Asakura was simply outmatched in the wrestling department against a world-class Miyu Yamamoto on the way to a clear-as-day unanimous decision loss. Though not a household name, Alicia Zappitella, 5'1", 1NC, has proven to be the real deal throughout her Invicta FC run. Advertisement: the 24-year-old half-pint became a Kunlun fight champion just 2 fights into her pro career and debuted in Invicta 12 months ago with a perfect 3-0 record. Zappitella's debut win against Jillian DeCourcy was impressive, but it was her next win over former title challenger Amber Brown that showed she was a true threat. Ohio's Zappitella earned herself a co-main event slot against a UFC veteran in the form of Vivian Pereira at Invicta FC 35. Half-pint fell short, but she is now set to make her RIZIN debut just 2 months later at RIZIN 18. Ersin Yamamoto vs. Kazuma Son fighting out of spike 22 in Gom. 22-year-old Ersin Yamamoto, 3-4, has not had an easy road thus far in his MMA career. Being born into one of the most famous families in combat sports has proven to be quite a challenge for the young fighter. He is the son of fellow fighter and renowned wrestler Miyu Yamamoto, the nephew to another top wrestler in Seiko Yamamoto, the nephew of the late great Norifumi Kid Yamamoto, and the grandson of Ikue Yamamoto, a former Olympic wrestler. All of this made Ersin Yamamoto a massive target almost immediately when he became an MMA fighter in his late teens. Expectations have always been undeniably high, and since entering the sport, Yamamoto has faced and lost to some truly high-caliber competition. Badman began his run with a first-round submission loss to Kron Gracie before rebounding with a win against Kazama Saiga. Since then he has gone 2-3, including a King of the Cage win against Jesse Rogan, losses to Kazuyuki Miyata, Manu Kape, and Hideo Takoro, respectively. Most recently, at RIZIN 16, Ersin "Badman" Yamamoto knocked out Miss Truth early with a lethal standing elbow. Fighting out of Shimura Dojo in Nagoya, Japan, Kazuma Son, 2-3, 1-8-1, will certainly be the crowd favorite at RIZIN 18 next month. A former Shu-2 Pacific Rim champion and Tenkaichi title holder, Son has had many impressive runs throughout his MMA career. He is a rather unimpressive 3-3 in his last 6, however, it was during a 6-month span in 2017-2018 that he won both of his aforementioned titles. Son became the Shu-2 Pacific Rim champion by defeating recent RIZIN edition Mamoru Full Swing Yui. The win over Son granted him a shot in RIZIN, but he would lose that promotional debut to Yuki Motoya at RIZIN 12. That loss has since been followed up by 2 straight knockout losses, including the loss of his Shu-2 title via knockout in the final second of the opening round against Ryo Okada. Hiroto Uesako vs. Yves Landau. A striker in every sense of the word, Hiroto Uesako, 15-7, will enter the RIZIN ring proudly representing Pancrase. Since joining the Pancrase ranks late last year, Uesako has won 2 straight against some high-level competition in Togashi and Sadoloyev. Luckily for him, and all the fans that will be watching RIZIN 18, Uesako will be in his element in a rule set that allowed head stomps and soccer kicks. Uesako spent the vast majority of his career competing in Deep, becoming champion in 2017 after knocking out Koichi Ishizuka with a nasty soccer kick. Despite being one of the most unknown fighters on this card, Yves Landau, 13-7, with France is riding an impressive 4-fight win streak heading into next month. After taking a break from MMA in 2017, Landau returned this year and has since won 3 straight. This includes winning the lightweight title in 2 promotions. Landu defeated Mateus Pereira to become the 100% fight lightweight champion before defending that title against Jean-Marc Howell the next month. In May, Landu became the Octofight lightweight champion as well. Also announced for the card was an MMA fight between Shooto legend Takaaki Soya and DEEP's Yutaro Muramoto. The previously reported matchup between Manel Kape and Takeya Mizugaki was also confirmed. RIZIN 18 is scheduled to take over Dolphins Arena in Nagoya, Japan on August 18th. More bouts will be announced in the coming weeks, but the event is starting to fill out nicely. Advertisement. Let's block ads.